Okay. So they start playing an ad. Lost all interest. Okay, let's go down to my channel. Okay, well, let's get in some Wobbly Thunder. Okay, getting into some low 3.0 for some Wobbly Thunder. Wobbly Time with Wobbly Rake. What's up, guys? Wobbly Rake here, coming at you live with Wobbly Thunder. It's pretty wobbly because I'm going to be talking in a third-person perspective most of this time, and mostly about how my game is shite. Hang tight, because it's going to be a slightly bumpy ride, filled with confusion, desire, no tears, mostly anger, and frustration.
Attack the A points.
Hair was in my eyeballs. I need another haircut. Because every time my hair gets long on my head turns into a grease ball. And I don't eat a lot of grease, and I don't eat a lot of oil, but my head seems to be secreting a lot of oil. Alright, definitely some Wobbly Thunder at the very beginning. The war has just started. It's getting pretty rough. It's going to be a mildly bumpy ride. Took a full stowage of ammunition for God knows what reason. Probably a brain dead reason. Either way, if I stock up or not, they're going to charge me with a full rack anyways. Reducing your ammunition. Well, thanks, clown boy. Looks like clown boy got himself blown up next to me. And then I got the M13 in front of me. Come on! Hurry up and die! Die. Die.
Destroy the target. The enemy is winning.
Look. Pew, pew. Well, so much for trying to help him. Yeah, it definitely does, doesn't it? Alright, let's go. No, I'm getting around through this way. It's time to go around the other way. Because they're going full out Bomberman. Gotta stomp on the gas at my 17 miles an hour. Oh, crap. Step on the gas. Y'all want to go that way, man? Y'all can go ahead and go that way. That's right. I ain't finna be sitting there looking stupid like that. It's time to engage the enemy.
Attention to the designated grid square. Attention to the map. If we don't do something fast,
Yup.
the enemy
Do do
will
do
win.
do 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 do. Oh, that gave me some points.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Bink. That's all I could do. That's all I could afford. Goodbye. S&M 79. Bink. You'll never win. Never. Bonk. Yeah. Yeah. Smack. Yes, give him the French kiss. The French kiss. Even though it really isn't French, it's more English than French. Still give him the kiss. Holy schmoly. Oh god. Oh god, they shot out my innards. You won't win, you chitlin hating bastards. most pathetic. Oh god. You got my pathetic gland working up. Oh shit, it's working up a storm. Crap. More pathetic crap. Bam! Click. Oh yeah, we lost, but next time we'll win. Probably won't be next time. Look at this low ass BR, I'm having a little bit more fun. Oh man. I like drinking water. Even though drinking it makes you only feel like you're suffocating more. Here's something truly. Something, 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 Kobe beef. Yeah, I legit thought my channel was going to be going under, but I still need to find a job, and it's going to be a little harder than expected. And the current places that are around me are not places I like to work at. I'm not sure if I can lift up anything above 40 pounds of weight, and I'm not sure about my strength input. I haven't been to the gym in a while, and the only thing I do is walk around and run around. That's about it. So if I ever got into a fight with a 15-year-old, I'd probably end up losing that fight. One thing fighting my cousin has taught me, whenever he was literally starting to get into fighting, which is something a little strange with him. He likes to get into fighting about as much as I do, but the weird part is, it's mostly the thrill of the fight that seems to fuel him, but I can see what's written on his face. People who come from households where murderous instincts come from generally do have certain functions, but they wouldn't survive in the world properly either. Probably have a long criminal list of victims, but I doubt that'll happen. So.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Yeah, why don't you back up on me, buddy? It makes a lot more sense, right? Yeah, back up on the tank. Hey man, thanks for letting me splatter your guts out on the inside. Now to just fix my problem with your drinking habit. Hey, Leteri! Man, you really did a number on that freaking cog. Look, homie, y'all want me to do everything up in this bomb. Right now, I can't. I'm a little busy trying to survive. Yeah, obviously, Sherlock.
Need backup.
Is somebody gonna fucking back me up? You're right there, you dumbass marauder. Oh my god, dude. Fucking brain damage out of a marauder. Fucking straight up brain damage. That marauder has brain damage. You've got to be fucking kidding me, dude. Right fucking there, you can help my ass, and your ass does the opposite. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Yeah, I'm definitely on a team full of fucking noobs. And that's not talking in a third person perspective. That's literally what the hell I'm looking at.
Cover me.
Waste. It's gonna be a waste. Yeah, I ain't getting none of this. Just going straight into the ground. Nope. Just gonna go straight into the fucking ground. It was a waste of fucking time ever thinking that shit was gonna work out. I got a fucking brain damage team. Fucking brain damage for a team. Nothing but fucking brain damage for a team. Fucking nothing but brain damage for a fucking team. Fucking living proof my team is brain damage on a stick. Look at these foes. Now that one died and didn't even cover the other. Screw off. Really, dude? Really? Dude, none of these vehicles provide even remotely enough firepower.
We need artillery support. Requesting for artillery fire. The artillery is ready.
Get that trash out of here. I fucking hate these base huggers.
We've lost. But next time.
Yeah, obviously, Sherlock, we fucking lost. My team had a bunch of brain-damaged Muppets on board. Clearly, we're gonna win. What a fucking rube. Like, oh, y'all lost. Well, clearly I fucking lost, you Muppet. Clearly everybody running and dying straight up right away is a victory. Written all over that crap, right? Swear to God. It's like I'm playing with a brain dead Muppet. I might as well just be fucking a Muppet. Oh, look, man. Oh, man. You're gonna do so good with your premium tank. Can you go back to basic BR? Or did they ban most of everybody at top BR for violating TOS involving chat, which I think they re-disabled.
Defend the B point. No.
No. Chat's still enabled,
Yes.
fortunately. They probably just kicked everyone out who was freaking violating terms of service with Gaijin. Probably gave him a perma ban.
Awesome. Commencing attack. Leading to landing.
Would play the Russian tech tree, but even right now, this seems a little bland. Come on, let's go, Britain. Man, if I was into soccer like I was when I was younger, or football, as they call it, the original name, football. If I was into that crap like I was when I was younger, I'd definitely be enjoying the freaking World Cup. Bink. Die, Muppet!
Enemy forces have captured a zone. The enemy is preparing for artillery barrage. The enemy is preparing for artillery barrage. Left track's been destroyed. We can't move.
The Muppet Archer took out my tracks.
Got it.
Well, serves him right. Serves you right, thick boy. Yeah. Alright.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Looks like it's time to hide. That quick smoke screen. You see that, man? That quick smoke screen. Man, you know I'm gonna hide for about 5 seconds and then I'm gonna get killed. Why'd they give me this slow ass plane? This thing doesn't even mount up to the speed of a regular P-36. What the hell is this thing trying to hit, or what is it trying to lock on target on?
Somebody attack him.
Yes, somebody attack him. Ah. Zip-a-doo-dah. My team is so intelligent. Oh God, my team is intelligent. So very intelligent. I like making reindeer. They call him Robot Rob. Zabada 11. Guys, that's an azalea. Oh yeah. So many delicious reindeer. It's like a skeet shoot out here. Yeah, it's like a skeet shoot out here hunting down.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Yep.
Take him down.
Roger that. Gotta put more pressure on them. Particularly around the neck. Pew, 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 pew. Freaking what a sandwich. freaky with a sandwich.
Attack the enemy.
Yes, attack the enemy. We have to get rid of the serpentine. Yeah, congratulations, you brain-dead bastard. You were too busy aiming for somebody else when you should have been aiming for the F6, F5, you fucking fat moron. Feels great, doesn't it? Getting your ass whooped, that is. Yes, the getting your ass whooped tastes great, don't it? Ooh, but getting your ass whooped is gonna taste real good, doesn't it? Yeah, way to go, guys. You have so many brain cells. So many brain cells. So many brain cells. Yeah, so many brain cells. Man, these guys had so many brain cells that only one guy was smart enough to bring a SPAA. Well, I guess they did kick out a bunch of people out of War Thunder now. I guess that's more of a believable tale at this point. I've been seeing nothing but 1.0s in this freaking battle. I'm at like 3.0 and I'm seeing nothing but 1.0s, so they must have lost a lot of clientele over the last couple of hours. Particularly with people violating 2S. Yes, you heard it correctly. There's a new form factor of TOS involving with War Thunder. I'm sure we all know of what's called banned talk, meaning stuff you cannot mention. Well, don't mention it. Don't talk about it, don't breathe, or even think about it. Don't even mention it in a live stream. If you do, best be expecting you won't be playing this game with anyone soon. But I did ban some of these guys for talking about it in pretty poor fashion. Looks like in some cases some people still didn't learn about talking about it, so they ended up banning them later. Otherwise, I wouldn't be looking at all these rank 1 aircraft. Not really rank 1, more like rank 1 freaking players. Like, it's been nothing but rank 1 out here, dude. I've been seeing nothing but spare vehicles, backup vehicles, you know. It's just, it makes no sense why there's so many new player vehicles versus people who've actually gone out and actually have gotten the vehicles and stuff like that. Like, I've been seeing so many 1.0s. There's literally like rarely any 2.0s and 3.0s that I've been looking at, but I've been seeing a lot of 1.0s on my team. Maybe my cries for a better player database had come true, and instead they give me the worst. I don't know. I mean, that's just an assumption of mine. I don't really know what's going on. But it very is likely that a bunch of people got kicked out or banned from War Thunder within the last 72 hours. Or their BRs got reset back down to 0. One of the two. I've been playing around Gmod lately, but, you know, I can't get the ragdolls things or the entities or NPCs or guns to work anymore. It seems they're all broken. Because I've tried to get them to work out, and they don't seem to work out. Look, man, I slowed down so I could look around the corner so you wouldn't become a casualty right away. Okay, we're clear, Hambo. Now all we gotta do is cap the objective, and then make everybody else look like Cap. It's Cap, bruh. It ain't real. And you don't want that heat. You don't want that fire. You want that Cap. It's gonna be all that. Wow, this is the weirdest German Luftwaffe airplane I've ever actually been in. And yes, this was used during World War II. One of many weird planes. And if you thought an airplane looking like it's a dragonfly was a dumb idea, it actually wasn't. They give it a robust shape.
We're ahead of the enemy.
Pew pew! Pew pew pew! I legit think there's actually something living in this house, or it might be my brother's dog. Not entirely sure right now. I keep waking up with bite marks like there's chiggers running around the house. They kind of embed themselves under under your skin, and it's sort of uncomfortable. You know, they try to get inside the fleshy part of your meat, and then they embed themselves, and then they kind of just die there because, you know, they're too brain dead to realize there's no oxygen in somebody's leg. Okay, that he literally squares out 3 battles in total. So far, it's working out pretty good. Says it's got 106,651 online, with 2,851 battles. But I doubt that there's that many people really online. With the help of some real modded tools in the real world, you might be able to get a real accurate number of how many players are really online in the game versus non-players. Which I have no idea how to get that material going. Even if I wanted to, I still wouldn't know how to put it on. I know how to do emulations and, you know, what's it called, like how to mess with emulators and stuff like that and get the performance tweaked out so that way I can get max 4K out of it, you know, like 4K gameplay out of it while streaming and stuff like that. But you know, it's sort of a 60-40 split. It also determines on the payload and the functionality. I'm also having to upgrade the CPU pretty soon, as this particular CPU does not contain enough cores in order to operate. Most cores aren't used, but because it's going to be used for separate payloads like live streaming, a couple extra cores would be useful. 32 gigabytes of RAM is certainly enough to run games and to perform a recording. If I had the speed of that BTR 152A on this vehicle, this thing would actually be worth continuing to play with. Hello, anxiety. Just at low BR, I'm actually a little bit morally disturbed and somewhat surprised that I've been seeing so many newbie tanks, like reserve vehicles, appearing at 3.0. And I'm not even in realistic. I kind of expect it in realistic, but I do not expect it in like this particular scenario setting, where I'm in arcade and I'm seeing 1.0s appear in a 3.0 battle. Especially not for the British. There could be a BR mix-up, or it could be a bug in the BR battle rating. And there's a slight odd chance you might see, you know, if you're playing War Thunder, there's an odd chance you might see people at top tier 9.3 plus or 9.0 plus, and you might see somebody running around with a rank 1, and then you look at their player card, and their player card level indicates that they are fresh off the bandwagon, like fresh off the boat. Pretty good chance that that might happen. I wouldn't doubt it either.
Thank you.
Yeah, boy. Well, so I gotta go help him out.
Defend
Up.
the B
Too
point.
late. Homie already died. But at least I can get vengeance for him.
The victory is near.
Don't worry, man. I got your penance for you. Don't worry, SpongeBob. I'm coming back for you. Stuff's still funny.
Attention to the map. Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
Probably shouldn't be reading chat while I'm in the middle of this. Last time I read chat, it cost me 1 plane.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Come on, man. You're over here overheating non-existent guns. Oh, holy crap. Ooh. Yeah, he's been doing well. Slow BR, but bittersweet to me now. Every time I play, I just get overpressured and pushed by so many light tanks. There's a lot of random. Yeah, low BR kind of sucks sometimes, but as of recently, it seems to have gotten pretty casual. Nobody's really ramming each other in the last few battles. It's just from what I've seen overall. These last few battles have been rather anticlimactic. I'm a little hungry. There's no food at home.
Just keep it up.
The only thing I could do is pray that one day a food NATO happens and there's just food everywhere. Or that a supermarket gets hit with a tornado and hundreds of boxes of food just land on the back porch. Really, the typhoon's gonna catch up to me after I'm already burning gas over here, man. I'm burning jet fuel at this point. One, two, three, four. Oh, come on, bruh. You ain't getting none of this. You gotta freaking be 18 years or older to qualify for some of this action. I was too young to qualify for the action. Too young for the heat. The boy was too young for the heat. Yeah, boy, he's too young for the heat. Snowman. My name is Snowman. I lost my friends and family due to the heat. Yeah, if you get that reference, then you've definitely seen Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Victory is close.
I'd say the cartoon's pretty whacked out with Boo Brain, but entertainment value is irreplaceable.
The B point. Another zone captured. We have the advantage. Attack the C point. Defend the A point. Enemy forces have captured a zone.
You like being on fire, don't you? Let's give him that kiss he's always wanted. featuring Chris Brown. Kiss, kiss, bang, bang. I must have forgot a sandwich inside of me. Damn, dude.
Cover me.
Come on, dude.
Attack the enemy.
Where the hell is everybody?
Map.
You guys fall off or something? Fucking wasting my goddamn time. Every time, bro. Every fucking time. Nobody's around whenever things go good. Hell no, this ain't no Soviet tank, dude. It's all British. I'm so far up the wazoo with Soviet tanks that I really get bored of playing it. The last new tank they brought in, I pretty much aced the crew. Not really aced the crew, more like I pretty much got everything I could with it. And to be honest, the AMD-1 is a nice vehicle, but overall in perspective from what I learned from using it is, the only commodity that vehicle has that redeems itself in some form factor would probably be the ATGM blocker, and that's about it. The self-defense portions, or I guess you could call it the, I forgot what that thing is called. I had to look it up again. Normally it would be called a decoy system, but I think that was a British way of describing it. Well, what was it called? It's right here after this. Originally, the game devs were going to make this a premium vehicle. For those of you who don't know, the active protection system. So if you're wondering what this stuff was, well, yeah. This is an active protection system on a T55 AMD-1. This package was supposed to be available readily on the premium version of the AM-1, which featured the AM-1 upgraded armor package, which the AM-1 was capable of having the D1's upgraded armor package along with its definitive defensive package. However, the stationary portion of where the sensors would be, they'd still be here, but a pack would be mounted somewhere in the back here, where it would launch its active protection system, which would fire a high velocity round or explosive safe charge directly at any projectile that approached the vehicle. There was a total of 6 originally. And then you have this one, which was the first Soviet era version, Soviet War area, during, I guess, the Cold War, their active protection system. And then America decided to create an active protection system of their own after seeing that the Russians had thought about something that was completely ridiculous. At first, it's ridiculous on paper, but turned out to be very useful. So a Russian invention, they pretty much, I'm not even riding all over Russia on this one. The crazy part is an active protection system was first developed in experimental stages involving with Russia, and the rest of the countries began to follow suit when they realized that it was in production. But when they realized how useless an active protection system really was, and how ineffective it really was in the beginning due to low and late response times with that vehicle, America proceeded to not to go with an active protection system on any of their armored vehicles. As you can see listed here, the Abrams vehicles have had no active protection system listings. Vehicles that would have featured an active protection system would have been the XM803 and MBT-70 programs, which was around that time when those were around. However, when they saw the response times, the chances of it actually striking an object were relatively low, so it was sort of low survivability, but fast response was later applied. Most active protection systems can save your life, depending on the situation. And for those of you who don't know anything about the M1 Abrams, which used to be America's #1 go-to tank, there are videos on the internet that you can find where the vehicle literally gets ammo racked in real life. And literally only one guy hops out. During that time, the tank that was sent out there was around the IPM-1 package and the M1HC package that was out there, along with M1A2s, which were also out there during the time during that war when the video was shot. The video was taken down a long time ago when it was originally posted. However, it's just one of many things that happen. People don't want people to lose faith in their country's military and their firepower. And I, for one, actually do side a little bit on that. You don't want your country to look like a complete wimp to your people, otherwise they'll run over your government. It'd suck to be that. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Sadly, a tank isn't going to fit in the elevator. They'd see me coming from miles away. Oh, man. I remember when the Clone Wars were cool. Star Wars Clone Wars. I remember the animated series of it. And then they had a... I forgot what it was. Was it the Clone Wars? I think it was the Clone Wars or something like that. And then they have the one where looked like it was mostly hand-drawn. That one was great. I really enjoyed that, Star Wars. And then there was the Clone Wars where everything was done through 3D rendering. It was also really cool. Am I a Star Wars fan? The answer was yes. A long time ago I was a Star Wars fan. The last Star Wars I officially saw was Rogue One. Have I seen any other Star Wars spin-off after that one? No. But I did get to see Rogue One about a month before its initial release onto the movie theater screen. Was it worth it? Yes. Was my review superb? In a case, the word would be yes. The movie was a complete masterpiece for putting up a new form factor for a new storyline for Star Wars. However, it didn't take long for somebody to create something from something and then for that to end up on the internet, but not on a website you would normally find it on. So in perspective, even the critics ruin your childhood. Yes, thanks for manhandling that boy.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
This is Big Head? Yeah, it's gonna be just like Rocco's Modern Life. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. I still remember that, and that was just funny. Even for me, that was funny, man. Rocco's Modern Life. Still too funny. Oh, thanks, guys. You're right there next to him, and you did absolutely nothing. Wow, my team's so smart. Do I use American English? I do not know, Calamari. Do I use American English?
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Is your name Berikin? Yeah, boy. Man, what's it gonna be like to get freaking kissed? Must feel good. Oh yeah, must feel amazing. There you go. There's your Azure Lane, hentai. Wow, dude, that guy's entire frontal part of his tank just swallowed that thing. Just ate it. Actually, to be honest with you, I have so many accents that a portion of my brain is actually a little messed up from my accent, so it's kind of hard to tell what was my real accent when I was younger. Also, a little bit of a head injury also reinforced that function. That keeps happening where it's trying to lock onto a non-existent target.
Attack the enemy.
See if anybody was actually intelligent enough to bring an SPAA unit. Really, dude, the game tried to screw me right there. That would be the first time the game tried to screw me over. surprised the fragment actually hit that.
Enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
Yeah, it says he's right there. There we go. How you enjoying that? You're gonna need a pretty big band-aid to fix that up, huh, M24? You need the band-aid to fix that ass. Oh man, I just love fucking with people here, man. Sometimes I just love low BR. It's just so anticlimactic. You think it's gonna be like the ultimate showdown, and it just turns out not to be. And yes, I do have many extraordinarily painful accents, which even includes, well, mostly because of another form factor, but it also got a little bit to do with being raised in a,
Enemy forces have captured
well, I guess you could say being raised in a black family has changed a bit of my accent in my life, but it's also created a somewhat unrobust form factor for me, which has also created a mild identity crisis inside of my general function of my mind. So it's really hard to keep my accents in order and to know what exactly I am. This is what happens when you spend most of your childhood being raised like you're black. Unfortunately, not every person in the world has this issue. And not every person has, well, not every person has a mom who is black that loved them more than their real mother. So, in perspective, I gotta say, black mom for the win. Ew, just smacking him. Oh, I know he's still there. Don't you lie to me.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
You liar!
Allied forces
You
have
tried to lie to me. You liar.
attention to the designated grid zone.
Come on, dude. At this range, how is that not a one-shot, one-kill? That was basically like my junk slapping him right there with his open mouth. I literally slapped that dude with my junk at that point. You can't say it. That literally wasn't a junk slap. And I chose the wrong vehicle too. I chose a complete piece of crap. I was trying to fly a piece of crap. I'm surprised with how many freaking aerial vehicles that I've destroyed and armored vehicles I've put in the freaking hangar. But I don't seem to really have too much on the inventory to show for at this point. Come on, bruh. Well, might as well just go boop. And boop. Oh, it actually fires off 3 at a time. Look at that. Oh yeah, look at that, Jimmy Varian.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Oh yeah, man, you like that, Jimmy Fallon? Yeah.
Enemy forces have captured
Camp these nuts, fool. Camp these nuts. I have no idea how I drifted up a hill, but alright. Mmm, so good. It feels so good, don't it? What's it like Ooh, so good.
Artillery, free reference. Let's go. Our sector,
Yeah, I got no interest in me filing.
the guns reloaded.
We suffered a defeat. Head back to base.
Oh man, look at that. Isn't the Ocelot that little tank that comes with the Stinger rockets or something like that? I need to look that up again. I'm pretty sure they named the tank Ocelot based on Metal Gear lore. Not because that was the name. They decided to give it. Here's the Weagles and yeah, it's this little thing. It's got 4 little pieces of ammo just sitting there right here in the back with only 8mm protecting it. As soon as a nice fat high explosive round hits the back of that thing, it'll kill you. Yeah, I see what you mean. Brain cells. Ow. Seriously, as time goes by, dude, it literally just gets weirder and weirder. At least for the condition of my body, it does. It gets a little weirder. Okay. Good night, Sumi. Gonna go to like maybe 12, 12:30. So I'm not playing realistic battles. And well, the aviation really isn't gonna be too much to me either way. Is preset 4 set up for aviation? Oh, but it should be. What's under the aviation hat? Reserve aircraft. Queue for it. Nope. Alright, no brain wad, something something. Could do some realistic and absolutely get annihilated. The Crusader 3 at 3.0, which I don't know how this one ends up at 3.0, but it is there. I guess I could do one realistic battle and see how this turns out. That's good. Make sure to focus only on one tree at the very beginning, though. You want to focus on one particular tech tree at the beginning, because you want to grind as much as you can for as many silver lions as you can squeeze out of the game before eventually you can't squeeze any more out of it. Focusing on one tank tree is pretty helpful. Some War Thunder players will tell you, you know, spread your tanks out and whatever, but if you spread it out, it'll take you forever to get to that point. Come on, dude, go ahead of me. You clearly want to go that way. Just move ahead. But I'm just going to say it like this. You know, some say don't focus all your ideals, your functions, and, you know, your tank grinding into one tech tree. But if you don't focus all your ideals, your grinding and your tank grinding into one tech tree, you're not going to really get good at it. And if you keep spreading out your skills, and this is something you should know, when applying skills to crew, if you play realistic only, you want your skill crew level to be usually around targeting. You want it to be asphyxiated on targeting and accuracy. Basically range finding. You also want the reload to be up there, and your commander's crew level is sort of irrelevant whenever it comes to commander functions. But just even a mild percentage boost is enough to even help too. Like, I worked my way up to Chinese Tech Tree, and I think I'm at like 8.3 or 8.7. And I got there using premium. If you got a premium account, if it ever goes on sale again, you might be able to pick up 180 days of premium for just 20 American dollars. Yes, I do say it like that, but I only have 20 American dollars. And yes, I do say that quite often. People wonder if I'm a foreigner. Just like whenever I'm in Mexico, I tell them I only have 20 Mexican dollars, which is $20 in US. So 20 US dollars in Mexican money is, I think, 2,000, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot the conversion ratio since it's been changing recently over the last few years. Dude, you're gonna let this other M10 just blow up.
Attention to the map.
Ah, crap, it's fucking Brumbar. Oh, fuck me. I almost died with him.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Attention to the map. Attention to the map.
Gotta be real careful when it comes to that Brumbar. It's game over, you get smacked with that thing once. Dude. Well, looks like it's time to call my chickens. Get the living hell out.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Oh man, that poor SPAA didn't realize what he was getting himself into. Oh, wow. Yeah, Brumbar's just parked right there.
Attention to the map.
Brumbar.
Attention to the map.
Fortunately for me, this guy's high explosive round detonated on the side of that vehicle.
Most of the zones are under enemy's control.
Well, I got time to mess around with Sally. Come on, dude.
Somebody, cover me.
Well, it's either this or a complete pile of shit. One of the two. Oh my god, it's this one. Yeah, I'm not wasting my time on that. If I had known it was that pile of crap tank, I would have never have selected it. I fucking hate this vehicle. Anything else would be better than the Valentine. Literally, any other vehicle would be better than the Valentine. This one would be better. The Cromwell Mark VII, Cromwell 1, A27M is better. And then you have the Cromwell V, which has the really crappy, shitty 75mm OQF Mark V cannon, which it should have been a 57mm, but they gave it a shitty gun. And the way they had the vehicle lined up was also crappy. Pretty much every Valentine, I'm gonna say it like this, every Valentine model that has the 75mm gun was trash. It only improved whenever it got to the 57mm category. And after that, it was pretty much trash. Anything with this gun was trash. Anything with this gun was pure gold. Which I'm going to put this in my inventory since I'm going to need that to be smacking bitches around and shit. Yeah, everybody loves the one gear. Yes, I'm going to turn my tank using first gear instead of initiating some form of neutral steering. I'm going to use my practically dead on arrival transmission to perform a 360. Hold on, I'm going to grind these rails, kids, and I'm going to grind my tank down the side. I'm pretty sure I can grind the vehicle in the dust just by stomping on the gas pedal. The only reason this vehicle was so, and I'm just going to say it, like, the only reason why this vehicle was so shite was because it was so heavy that the engine it had was pretty much stunted by the weight it was given. It moved so slowly that the vehicle was highly ineffective in pretty much most of its combat scenarios. The vehicle's frontal armor was also a joke. The armor on the front is rather irrelevant and sort of ineffective. The radiator in the back was pretty much good use for a bullet shield. But during that time, the radiator fluids that were inside the radiator could blow up. But there was also another thing about it. There was indecisive citizens, people who didn't want the Queen to win another war, didn't want the country to win another war. There was just so many weirdos and wannabe rebels during the time of World War II that existed. You guys seen that massive artifact? It looked like the Death Star came in for a second to say hello. Even today, the United Kingdom, including Great Britain, still struggles today with its radicals that appear here and there. And the dumbass part is, you live in the country, but you want it to fall. Have you lost your muffins? Do they need to be rebaked? Young man. Kiss. That's one kiss to the face. Don't worry, guys.
Our victory is near.
Pizza, arriba dar. Pizza arriba. Arriba, arriba. Ándale, ándale, ándale. His American counterpart, Rapid Dave.
On target.
Yes. Pero señor Tac.
Attention to the map.
By the way, for those of you who don't know this, if you've watched Telemundo as much as I have when I was a child, you pretty much kind of pick up Mexican accents, and a couple of accents, which may even include Puerto Rican accents. Can't call me a racist. Start watching, and I'm just gonna say it like this. If you watch BET for 24 hours, you're gonna come out different. But in my case, I was actually, you know, I was being raised in a physical, existent black family, so perspective. There's still a bit of old-timey, old-school things that are still running around through my head. So for those of you who do not know, that's kind of a factor right there. There ain't nothing I can do about that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
The target hasn't taken any damage.
Somebody cover me.
Yes. Cover me.
Attention to the map.
It serves him right.
Wow, that was a nice smack. Just right up outside the head. I bet he could hear the ringing now. Well, playing realistic sure is slow, but funny.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Now I remember why I like low BR realistic again. It's just so comically funny in some cases. Really, dude? The bomb landed on the other side of the rock and it still killed me. What's next? Afghanistan? Well, looks like I'm gonna have to go fly over and carpet bomb the base over there. What is this? The assault fuse? Minimum load? 50 minutes of fuel? Alright.
Defend the A point.
Oh, you want me to defend the A point? Well, that's gonna cost you some money right there, buddy. That's $20 worth of premium. Maybe some premium silicone for my PC. Maybe a replacement CPU. And I might be inclined to help your dumbass out. No? Too expensive? Alright. Well, I'll settle for a Big Mac and some fries. You know, this freaking vehicle has the worst camouflage in the universe. I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Now, was it right here? Ah, crap. Ain't even open. Well, time to close that. That was completely ineffective.
Cover me.
Keep us in cover, homie. I know somebody over there. You know, I don't see why it has this radar spar if there's like literally no radar function with this airplane. Seriously, why the hell is there a radar spar if there's no radar? I know those weren't goddamn radio antennas for long-range communication. It's like early radar on this thing. We're now opening the bomb bay. There is no guarantee that this will work. Trust me. Really no guarantee.
Roger that.
Boop. Boop. Okay.
A little more effort and victory will be
Overshot.
ours.
Huge margin. But if there was somebody right here, they'd be dead. Or somewhat.
Attention to the map. Roger that.
Attention to the map.
Man, you want me to help you out, homie, and I can't even see the thing. You guys look like little dots on the ground.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Homie want me to help him out without paying me a Big Mac fee. Man,
Attention to the designated grid square.
The Allied forces have captured a
just paid
zone.
that Big Mac now. Crappy part is I gotta drop 1,000 meters, almost. I don't know, 400 meters. Crappy part is that this thing's gonna continue flying really fast even after I pull up. Still can't deploy my wheels. Still can't deploy them. Still can't. Gotta get below 180. Otherwise they'll break off. Alright. Close to 180. Landing flaps.
Need cover.
Yeah. You're gonna tell me too much speed. Hey man, you better keep that flap down because I ain't got no time for that. This reminds me of that movie, The Fast and the Furious. And it was where this guy named, Paul Walker and this bald dude named Vincent Diesel raced each other at the end. And the ending crash scene was really interesting because, the car would never flip if it hit the side of a semi-truck like that. In fact, if a car of that size hit the side of a semi-truck, the engine block would have been in Vincent Diesel's face and he'd be pretty much smashed against the driver's seat with his steering wheel going through his pelvis and everything. In fact, he'd be plastered all over the side of, all over the insides of that car. And they probably would have sold every car dollar per panel per panel. Get a piece of Vincent Diesel while you can. While supplies last. We'll cut you a piece off with his guts all over it. Sad. They actually would do that to a movie star. By the way, for those of you who want to know the secret about how to get into Hollywood and become a famous actor, there is a bit of a conversion that you must do. If you believe in the Christianic faith, don't expect for you to get too famous whenever you're there. Because, most people that are part of the Hollywood movie starlet scene and stuff like that, most people that are in there are Jewish. And the only way to go up is to convert to Judaism. So for those of you who want to become movie stars, I suggest you start studying up on Judaism, or Judaism, as they call it, as it's a part of the Jewish faith, and understand Judaism from top to bottom. Most famous actors that are freaking filthy, stinking rich are literally Jewish. So, in perspective, want to be famous? There you go. That's literally the whole secret you need to know. Convert to Judaism and you'll be fine. Make some rich and powerful Jewish friends. Believe in the Jewish faith. And do whatever.
Attention to the map.
Those of you who want to know something about how to become powerful in the world, study about your pineal gland. It's inside your brain. Want to become rich and powerful? That's another function. Use the pineal gland to project your vision and to make it come true. However, you do need a triangle. That's the reason why they say 2 is a couple, 3 is a group. Well, you need a group in order to become rich and powerful. You need 3 people to conspire to making such a vision true.
Have captured a zone.
Otherwise, you got nothing. Okay, well this makes a lot of sense. Boop boop. I'm gonna drop 2 bombs right over their base.
Just one more effort, and victory will surely be ours.
Alright.
Good shit.
Need cover.
Need some cover. Looks like that didn't work out too well. Is that what I thought it was?
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Probably is. Again, right after this I'm gonna go do, I guess right after this battle or whatever, or maybe a little bit after that, around 12 I'm gonna start putting in some job apps in to see if I can go look for a career option or something like that and continue my search. I got lucky that my relative wanted to pay the internet bill for once. They helped pay all the other times, but they want to be on the network or whatever. So, you know, after this, the only thing I'm going to tell them is that if you don't pay, once I start paying my own bill, if you don't start paying and stuff and whatever, definitely not going to have access to it.
Bravo!
It's like somebody's nearby, otherwise that wouldn't have fired off. Yep. Got a last minute ruffian. He's probably gonna try to fly straight into the base, low altitude, pop out of the trees, and then try to shoot me down. Although I'm already on the ground. That usually happens right at last minute. In realistic battles, people like to storm the base at last minute to see what they can squeeze out of the game. And that's an actual fact for anyone who's wondering. Everyone always tries to bum rush the base right at last minute because they want to squeeze in a last second kill and get final strike. After studying up on many beliefs and many faiths in my life, I have learned it's best to have no belief, but to understand each and every one of them. People create the ideal function of there's this place, a magical place you'll go to when your time comes. But it's more like an everlasting nightmare. The only thing I can say is, you know, there's no real redeeming qualities for humanity, but the best you could do for yourself is to be the best you. People as a whole, being born and stuff like that, coming fresh out the gate, for those of you who don't know too much about yourselves or just discovering yourselves, you know, when you're born fresh out the gate, you already committed the largest crime in the universe, and that was tampering with human life. You yourself may create the same crime itself, but I'm not going to get all religious on you about it. Have kids if you want to have kids. They're a pain and they're a joy. They're a thankless giving, but sometimes, if you treat your kids right, their love pays off when you get old. And in some cases, it doesn't for some. It all depends on the mental state of mind of your children. If you're trying to keep them away and off drugs, well, you know, you can try for so long, but the reality is it'll only work out as long as their friends aren't a bunch of, I guess you could say, a bunch of rubes, pushovers, dummies, crash dummies, stuff like that.
Somebody cover me.
But yeah, you know,
Excellent.
that's kind of like the gist of it right there. Want kids to love you? Well, love your kids as much as you can while they're young. Because when they get older, if you didn't give them any love, they're going to believe you never loved them and that they were a mistake. But in many cases, you can always throw money at the problem, but it isn't because you don't, you know, throwing money at the problem makes your kids feel like you didn't want them either. So that's another thing you should know. Money doesn't fix all wounds. And it definitely won't solve the fact that your kids may resent you for it.
Attention to the map!
Enemy forces have captured the zone.
Attention to the designated grid zone!
In perspective, the lesson of the day here would probably be, sometimes money can solve a problem. Sometimes buying your kid a pair of Jordans that they've always wanted for Christmas, no matter how expensive it is,
Allied forces have captured the zone.
will show them that you do love them. Yes.
Need backup.
Yeah, I need some backup over here. Having a heart attack.
Mercy.
Oh, thanks. Oh, the Sav didn't do a 360 to back me up when I was being mugged by freaking 3 T-34s and a KV-1.
The enemy has captured most of
You let me get mugged. Well, just better see what that is way over there. Looks like a fighter. It's a multi-roll. Looks like he's trying to match my altitude.
Need cover!
Fortunately for me, that P-63's got enough horsepower under the hood to actually fly up there. I think that's one of the many American airplanes that were designed during the war that I think came with like more than 1,200 horses of power, just right out of the box. I don't know who's hiding there, but I got a weird feeling somebody is. That P-63 trying to shoot me down. Oh no, it was the enemy.
For mercy.
He's had his guts painted all over the road. Or more like blasted all over the air, but yeah.
Heading to the base. Attention to the designated grid square.
So that way he isn't surprised by all of a sudden somebody appearing right there on the bridge. Looked like a Tetrarch. And I had a colorful array of people I used to talk to. One of many which also included Margaret Thatcher. And I believe her sister was Queen of England, if I'm not mistaken. Point is, what an interesting group of young old ladies. So young, surreal, and serene. Yet their intelligence was vast. Hey, B-17A. How you doing? You want me to land on those wheels for you so you can land a little better?
Attention to the designated grid square!
I'll lay down some British pipe for you. Pipe cleaners, that is.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
And prop break. 3, 2, 1. I swear to God, if I gotta deal with TKOs in this crap, oh yeah, report the living hell out of that right there, man. TKO means team killing.
Attention to the map!
I gotta raise them flaps. If they're not moving up and down, I can't fly up. 30%. Let's get it settled. 63%. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with this fucking turd? Yeah, that's what you get. Call that divine punishment for stomping on the brakes on me. Get whipped by Reese. Loving out that music. So I got another one.
The enemy is
FW 190.
counterattack.
That's some really tight cornering.
We don't have the advantage anymore.
Could be a A6 M4 model. But I doubt it at this BR. Probably be an M2. Only one way to find out and see who kills it first. Could also be a JU-87 with a pack of 30 mils. But then again, it would be much slower and I would already hear the ridiculous siren. Oh, just know the P63. It's an A model.
Thank you very much.
So it's going to be a bit of a rough landing. Better throw the freaking yaw.
Attention
Second.
to the designated grid zone.
God damn it. Wrong one. Throw on the asymmetric flap, combat flap capability, return back to base.
By the enemy.
Heading to the base.
It's like one of my engines pretty much damaged. Better fly low.
Forces have captured a zone.
Are those dual 50s or are those like 7.62 machine guns?
If we don't do something fast,
It's really hard to tell considering it literally gave me some 50 cal noises. Yeah, the rears might be 12.7 dualies. I doubt the front isn't any of that. Now, that plane took a serious beating from that P63. Whatever the case be, if I accelerate fast enough, I can catch up to the B-17. For those who have children or have a car, you can file for a tax credit involving the next stimulus check that will be coming out. However, this only applies to, I think, 38 states in the United States. Instead of landing with the wheels, bro, you should try landing with the body of your vehicle. But then again, since technically that airplane doesn't have too much strength in its frame, I wouldn't do it. I tried doing it several times, off camera, and sometimes landing on the belly with that plane he's flying the B-17A can result in the death of your pilot and your gunner. So they don't really survive too well, because they don't have two large engines pretty much elevating the aircraft's height. This thing is literally sitting like 3 inches off the ground. 3 or 6 inches off the floor. Because of the massive engines that are on the side. So it was like 6 inches of coverage. 50% coil.
Thanks.
81.
If we don't do something fast, the
Don't want
enemy
to try to
will
burn off too fast down the runway. And then WEP, which stands for Warner Emergency Power, according to Gaijin. Come on, you can take off just right off the runway.
Need backup.
The enemy has most of the
Gotta
strategic
raise them
zones.
flaps before I continue. Looks like the SPAA is under attack. Looks like it's about to hit 12.
Attention to the map.
It's gonna be a hot minute before I get onto the battlefield again. I have no idea how many points I've made since I've been dropping bombs. I've only made 82. So if I die right now, that's pretty much the end of this game. Which I think would mean effectively I've streamed for 2 hours at this point. Looks like Charlie's getting filled up again. I managed to make it there in time. Might be able to drop some on it.
The enemy controls most of the strategic zones.
That's a little too close for comfort, even for me. So these FW-190s that are getting it.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
I'm also being shot at by an SPAA unit. Otherwise I wouldn't be hearing the explosions. Wow.
Attention to the map.
Oh, those FW-190s make it look easy.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Can't do it. Maybe the I-153 can do it. Probably land in there, drive the plane through the neighborhood for a minute, say hello to the children before they get chopped up by the propellers. Yeah, the little guy can land somewheres out there. But none of us big guys are going to be able to fit down that freaking path. It'll be a little too heavy on the beaten path right there, man. This will probably be my last game for the time being. But other than that, I gotta see what's going on here at home, and then I gotta square some things out and then figure out the rest.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy
And then I gotta
will
go
win.
back to job hunting. So,
We no longer have
catch you guys on the flip
advantage.
side. Also, if you live in a state of Texas, here's a word of advice. If you think somebody's going after your gun rights, well, they're using it as a distraction so they can pass another law under the table. I usually list it on the internet, for those of you who do not know. They always go after your gun rights before they decide to go after anything else. They'll target the gun rights, tell the news to say they're targeting gun rights, which they are targeting it, but their main focus isn't on that. It's to pass a whole nother law. And the particular laws they want to pass can affect your ability to live in the state in general. You could even lose your farms. For those of you who live out there, have farms, cattle, all that stuff, they may require you to have over 200 head of cattle or over 1,000 heads of cattle in order to maintain your land.
Victory will be ours.
Otherwise, they can legally purchase it from under your feet, even though it's been in the family for generations. For those of you who may or may not know, if you live the ranch life and you got cattle, protect your animals and protect your civil rights. Don't let outsiders come into your state and stuff like that and rough things up, rile up your state, and try to turn your whole country upside down. Your state is your country. Make sure to fix problems and remove corrupt politics, because they make it harder for you to live. And for those of you who are wondering what's going to happen now, well, this is pretty much going to be the end of my stream. I definitely do approve and appreciate for those of you who did come by. Love all of you who came by and tuned in for what was probably, I think, how long have I been going? Almost 2 hours going straight, but I got to get back to the job hunt. I got to get on the ball. And I'm probably going to have to go somewhere with my physical bloodline mother to help her out with something today. So I'm also waiting for the ride as well. Do take care, and you guys do have a good day. Oh, that's right. I also got to go to a doctor's appointment. Gotta get some cholesterol checked out. If they can even get me in there, that is. Do take care. You guys have a great day. Have a great breakfast, lunch, dinner, morning, afternoon, late afternoon, early morning. Enjoy the morning cartoons. If you watch Cartoon Network in the morning, don't bother watching it. If you're trying to see the stuff like you would normally see, like The Amazing World of Gumball, Teen Titans Go, or stuff like that, you'll find it all on Boomerang. All that content has basically been denoted. And the only thing you're going to see in the morning, if you watch Cartoon Network or stuff like that, is going to be Coco Melon. You'll see Big City Greens on Disney XD and stuff like that. And on the regular Disney Channel, I'm not sure what you'll see, because there is no regular Disney Channel. I think it's just Disney XD at this point. For Nickelodeon, you might be able to catch SpongeBob early in the morning, like around close to 5 or something like that. But everything else is going to be pretty much Nick Jr. throughout the whole day. That's pretty much your daily lineup for your schedule. If you want to watch something that's sort of brain damaging, I suggest watching Coco Melon. It'll teach you how to be a complete dim-witted human being with absolutely no moral values. Don't expose your kids to it. It'll ruin their psychological build-up in life, and it'll make them, and it's just not good for them. You're better off giving your kid a book or teaching them yourself about life, so they grow up with some morals. Y'all take care. Have a great day.